Jamilu Isa Yankwanshi as president alongside members of the Governing Council of the Chartered Institute of Project Management of Nigeria, Cipmn, by the defendants. The defendants, identified as Harry Ifeanyi Mbadiwe, Adewale Bashir, Emmanuel Olabode, Akin Babalola, Dr. Mojisola Mimiabu, Mohammed Suleiman, Hajara Yusuf, and Ayuba Shanu, were all absent during the arraignment. Two prior judgments and orders of the court had removed the defendants from the leadership of the Cipmn with an interlocutory injunction from the Federal High Court barring the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment from dissolving Cipmn's Governing Council or appointing Dr. Mojisola Mimiabu as the sole administrator of the institute. Justice Akobi granted the withdrawal request after the prosecution counsel Chukwuekeka to file new charges in the coming days, after which a date will be set for the continuation of the proceedings. In Abuja, Tokpe Alabi, NTA News.
An FCT High Court has granted the application by the FCT Commissioner of Police to withdraw previously filed notice of discontinuance in the case concerning tussle over the leadership of the Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria. Tokpe Alabi reports that the notice of discontinuance was being withdrawn to allow for the filing of a fresh application.
The resumption of hearing came up at High Court 21 in Kubwa. The case was heard before Justice Ann Akobi following reassignment by the Chief Judge of the FCT. It is a 3-count charge of alleged impersonation of Dr. Jamilu Isa Yankwanshi as president alongside members of the Governing Council of the Chartered Institute of Project Management of Nigeria, Cipmn, by the defendants. The defendants, identified as Harry Ifeanyi Mbadiwe, Adewale Bashir, Emmanuel Olabode, Akin Babalola, Dr. Mojisola Mimiabu, Mohammed Suleiman, Hajara Yusuf, and Ayuba Shanu, were all absent during the arraignment. Two prior judgments and orders of the court had removed the defendants from the leadership of the Cipmn with an interlocutory injunction from the Federal High Court barring the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment from dissolving Cipmn's Governing Council or appointing Dr. Mojisola Mimiabu as the sole administrator of the institute. Justice Akobi granted the withdrawal request after the prosecution counsel Chukwuekeka explained that the notice of discontinuance was being withdrawn to allow for the filing of a fresh application.
We thought if we had been tidy enough to just withdraw the suit, then we commit a fresh application, because since the defendants were aware that the notice had been served, so if we had gone through that route, they might come with a counter and so many Supreme Court decisions to delay and frustrate this matter.
The nominal complainant, Dr. Jamilu Isa Yankwanshi, and his counsel, Tony Shi, to speak on the court's decision.
Even during the review of the case, the same charge was actually established beyond reasonable doubt by the police, which is the reason why they have to now
asking that we have some people on this side of the divide that will run the affairs of today's occasion. Let me very warmly invite our chief host to the high table. It's his responsibility to ensure that we're all okay, and he formally welcomes us. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the president of the Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria, Dr. Jamilu Isa Yankwanshi. Please put your hands together for him as we invite him to take his seat. At the table are the special guest of honor, Honorable Dr. Yusuf Tanko Sunono, Honorable Minister of State, Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. Can we give him a round of applause? Thank you. We also are extremely happy to have the man who decide what happened as far as procurement in the Federal Republic of Nigeria is concerned. Let's, on behalf of everybody, congratulate him because he was appointed by the President of the Federal Republic. The Vice Chairman of the Cipmn Body of Fellows, Aminu Yakasei, please take your seat on this side of the divide. We'd also like to invite the Secretary, Engineer Abubakar Garba, to take his position. Architect Amal Gambo Muazu is the council member representing Northeast. Please take your position on this side of the divide. A round of applause for her, please. And the man whose responsibility it is today to swear in the inductees should also take his position on this side of the divide, Barrister Bernard Samuel. Please take your seat on this side of the divide. We'd like to invite a resource person, the man who speaks the language of procurement. You know, everything goes well, but it's only natural that we acknowledge him, Engineer Zaharaddin Abdullahi Bichi. Please just wave, so that we know that you are around. Thank you. Of course, you know that one of the awardees is the number 4 person in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His Excellency, Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Dr. Abbas Tajuddin, GCON. We expect that he will be here, but I'm sure that they are handling other state matters, especially now that serious issues are to all of you, and I first begin with me. All right. I said that we will run this program within the stipulated time. I can assure you that we'll be out of this place the exact time that you have on the program. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, okay, yes, that's all right. That's okay. Thank you very much. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, we will commence, and you know how we do it. We'll start by asking all of you to be upstanding for the national anthem, please. To lead us in the opening prayers.
In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. Sallu ala Nabil Karim. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ.
Conference Hall of the Federal Capital Territory, Federal Capital Development Authority, venue of the induction of new members into the Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria and presentation of Fellowship Award to two very distinguished Nigerians today, Friday, the 6th of December, 2024. My name is Salihu Ibrahim Kindo, and I'm delighted to share in the sentiments of this occasion. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, today is a Friday.
2017 from cover to cover, for the new members to know the responsibilities, the do's and don'ts, as clearly stipulated in the Cipmn Establishment Act, as they are being enrolled into the profession of project management, so that they are not found wanting while practicing the profession on the field. And with this few remarks, I would like to inform you that we are going to induct 8 fellow members and 8 chartered members in this induction. And the rest of the rituals will be...
The President of the Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria, Director General of the Bureau of Public Procurement, Dr. Debori, the members of the Council and Board of the Chartered Institute of Project Managers of Nigeria, members of the Institute, newly inductees, my brother and my co-supporter from my constituency, Al-Ustaz Al-Qasim, staff of NNPC, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I must congratulate the newly officers to be inducted today in this prestigious institute. I think when I was inducted in August, I've made it clear is proceed vigorously. That's only when you make yourself relevant. And I quite agree that the advocacy being championed by the President will see us to getting where the institution is supposed to be. Thirdly, I also said that while nature does not accept vacuum, it's either you assert yourself through the act or others will take over your duties. And the fact is that Nigeria will have the consequences to face, because your duty is supposed to ensure not only quality but also a reduction in economic loss. And because lack of assertion, today we have seen a lot of this too. Since he has accepted to be a member, please let's give him the honor of being a member by physically decorating him by our President. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for those very reassuring or whatever the firm, stick to regulations, stick to everything that he has said he's supposed to do. But again, because something gave way, you just allow the thing and then you have a bad road. But sometimes it might not be you that will follow that road, it might be your son, it might be your daughter, it might be your brother. You know, so whatever it is that we're doing, we must always have it at the back of our mind that as project managers, you are also the conscience of the society. You are the conscience of every project. You are the conscience of the society. Something just happened. But in the next 2 minutes, okay.
An FCT High Court has granted the application by the FCT Commissioner of Police to withdraw previously filed notice of discontinuance in the case concerning tussle over the leadership of the Chartered Institute of Project Management.
Good morning, our very special inductees for today. Let me congratulate you well ahead of time. And permit me to greet my very good friend, the president of our great institute, a friend. Our first encounter was in London. We left the shores of Nigeria without knowing each other, and we met in London. If I'm correct, over 10 years ago, for a training, and we got, it was about going, then he turned back. He said, no, let me stay and show that this event is very important. So, sir, thank you very much for patiently waiting for us. We truly appreciate you. Let me also greet my colleagues in the Institute and all other invited guests. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My speech is very simple. If Nigeria will progress, if we will progress as a nation in terms of delivering projects, if His Excellency the President of this great nation would achieve his renewed hope agenda, if every institution in Nigeria saddled with a responsibility in one sector or the other would fulfill their mandates, if you as a family your own mandate but to help deliver good roads, there's no point being a member of the institute. There's no point being a staff of Bureau of Public Procurement, and yet Nigerians can't see good roads. Nigerians can't feel economic revolution happening. Nigerians cannot see that they can wake up 24 hours light. They cannot see that our hospitals are adequately equipped with best of medical equipment in the world. Our military have precision equipment. Our aviation sector guarantees us safety. Our secondary schools, our educational sector, clearly producing children who have visions to make Nigeria a better place. Our roads registered. You'll be shocked that only approximately between 5,000 and 10,000 have ever gotten contracts in this country. It's time to change the story. If we are going to reduce poverty, if we would create economic hubs, support small and medium-scale enterprises, if we are going to help those with disability to feel part of this nation, then we need to support and make this new policy direction. We intend to reduce the criteria, requirements, and ensure that our small and medium-scale businesses, our mothers who know how to manage funds well, are encouraged. And the startups, new companies in Nigeria, are allowed to strive through an effective and efficient procurement system. So to
register all of them, it's really, really cumbersome, and then it takes us really, behind. I'm happy that we have somebody who is a systems person who understands and who is ready to bring change. And we hope that, well, thank God, the Babanyaya is here. Once the legislator, always the legislator. They have a way they actually can move around and things like that. And I hope that he will have legislative backing. Because whatever he wants to do there, except if they don't muzzle him and then he has legislative backing, believe me honestly, not everybody will want to work in government. people want to be in the private sector and do one or two things. That is the truth. So let's give him another round of applause for the things that he wants to bring. I'm sure that the agenda of Aminu Yakasai, Engineer Abubakar Garba, Secretary and Architect, Amal Gambo Muazu.
Thank you very much. Our next task, which will just take us about 5 minutes, and we are done with it, is to swear in the CIPM, the leadership of the CIPM body of fellows. And we have the chairman of the CIPM body of fellows, Dr. Cynthia Ben I. Benson, and we have Amelia Kasey, who is the vice chairman, and we have Engineer Abubakar Garba, who is the secretary of that CIPM body of fellows. And we have also Architect Amal Gababa Azu, who is the council member. Chartered fellows this side, chartered members this side. Chartered fellows this way and chartered members this way. So we are going to move to the next item, which is the induction of the new members. A lot of allegiance has a provision where you mention your name and also write it there, and you sign it and submit at the end of the induction.
To the best of my ability.
And I want to once again announce that within the Honorable Speaker's office event is on officially at Cipmn, which they have already accepted, and we will do that, inshallah. Thank you very much, and God bless. And with this, we'll gradually come to the closing prayer. But before we do that, we invite the President attention to give a vote of thanks. Vote of thanks. And then closing prayer. And then we will do a closing prayer.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a privilege and to stand among you this day. I appreciate you all. As we all know, as project manager, we keep the time to meet up to our project and do things in accordance to the rules and as stipulated in our constitution. So with that, I know that